So my next guest today is Bryan Watson. He's the CEO of a company called Hyrel Technologies. Welcome,
Yes.
Bryan.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
So you've got a very unique story. We'll come back. We'll circle back around to the story in a minute. But let's start off with what you actually do. You've got a number of services and features that you provide manufacturers and OEMs.
Yes, so we are in the tin whisker mitigation category. We provide services for robotic tinning. We do robotic reballing, tape and reel. We do precision lead forming using fan court dies and presses that we've acquired over the years, and anything to support those services.
Those services, okay. So on the reballing side, I mean, which I'm guessing is one of the most active. You've got about 4 different methods of reballing. Can you go through some of these?
Yes. So traditional, right? 1, 2, and you have somebody sphering all of it, right? There's one, right? We also have a stencil system, right, for placement of flux and spheres. And then we also have half a dozen pick and place machines that we can use to take spheres out of tape from easy spheres.
Okay.
And then we also we have our own robotic system that is it's a pair of our tinning system, but we also have the reballing side of it. And with that, we're using a form of vacuum, right, where we can pick from a sandbox, place spheres into right onto the part with the vision, and then push that through reflow.
Right. Okay. And obviously, over the years, the size of these spheres has got smaller and smaller, so it's got a little bit more challenging.
When I took a pause from the industry from a company I founded in 2018, it was 35,000s, and now we're, it's not uncommon to see 10, 12,000s. So the precision that you need today is more inclined to robotic that's capable of nanos. So.
Excellent. Now you came in. This company here is about 3 years old now.
Yes.
But you basically founded it, I believe, alongside a colleague or a mentor of yours from Boeing.
Well, he got me into the tinning side of it and the reballing side of it.
Yeah.
When I met John Kerr. It was in early 2000s, right? And he was just asking questions, and then I didn't hear from him for 6 months, and then he'd ask more questions. And we finally met. He's been a lifelong friend of mine, and a superior mentor. Having authored this GEIA 6 standard that's still the standard 25 years later, right?
Yep.
He's been an incredible resource for me, especially being a musician. Yeah. So you need to pick up the other engineering side.
Right. Okay. So I mean, that was your original calling. You were a musician.
Yeah, I was a professional saxophonist. So I have my undergrad and grad degrees from Penn State, and my last teacher, Walt Weisskopf, has been happily playing with Steely Dan for the last 25 years. So,
Wow. Interesting. So what caused the transition to get you into electronics?
I actually moved to Chicago. I was playing with Barrett Deems, who you know from Louis Armstrong, and out of 26 people for this opportunity at Motorola, I was the only one that realized that Harvard, Illinois, in February is at least several hours from Chicago. Right. I was the one that was on time, and I had a presentation, and we were able to recycle all of the electronic packaging items, from the reels, the vacuum formed trays, the JEDEC trays, and the tubes, which were all the parts were coming in on.
And imagine that'd be quite a bit of business, actually.
It was actually, I had 9 truckloads first day, right? And I had a 20,000 square foot plant that was full within a month, right? Wow. But we found outlets for it, right? We took something that was a $5 million disposal to Motorola, and they paid them $100,000 for what we bought from them, right? And ITW came in and said, "You're cutting into our business here," and they bought us, right? But
nice.
That event actually took what the plastic reel market was, which was like in the $5 to $7 range, and that started to spiral down to more economical reels, which is
so presumably that then gave you the seed money to start this business here.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. The next iteration, yeah. So I founded Semi-Pack Services with my father, now deceased, but we grew that, and it's a family company, and it was time to move on in 2018. And I founded Hyrel with Scott Baker and a couple other partners, and it's been a tremendous journey, you know.
So there's a couple of other companies in the same sort of space as you, but I mean, what do you think makes you different?
Oh, lead time.
Right.
Lead time. We all have our quality certs. We all are ITAR, right? We all have our AS 9100s, right? Lead time and price. Our competitors are weeks to months, right? And recently we had parts come in from the biggest competitor to be unnamed, right? And we got them June 10th. They had been at their factory since May 1st, not even opened, right? June 10th, 4 days later, our customer had the parts.
So you're working on a 3 to 5.
We're working 3 to 5,
Yeah.
maybe 7 to 10. You know, if it's a couple 100,000 parts, right, it's a little bit different. But you know, we don't have these problems. To us, we don't have limitations of capacity because we can literally rebuild our robotic platform in 10 days.
Yeah.
So that, from our expansion standpoint, you know, we can manage the growth.
Excellent.
But lead time and price, you know.
Yeah. And on the price side, of course, then you know you're giving them a fixed price rather than sort of
I
adding
know the
lots of others.
ensuite menu of detaping, stripping fees, bake fees. I would think it would drive a buyer mad. It would drive me mad.
Yeah.
So we like to keep it very simple. We don't do expedite fees. We don't believe in that. I don't do NREs. I don't charge for stencils.
You get a straight price.
Straight price.
Well, that's the sort of thing that brings customers back.
Yes. We appreciate that.
A really interesting story, Bryan, and I want to thank you very much for coming in and telling us today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes.